What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Geekscape Royal Rumble Indianapolis predictions live stream. Today is going to be me, Emilie. Nice to meet all of you. I am from the Four Ropes podcast with Josh. We just started off recently, so I'm kind of blue to this whole new show stuff. So we're gonna rock with it, and we're gonna have fun. Today I'm going to have some people with us. We're going to talk about the matches. We're going to talk about everything, and we're just going to take it one match at a time, have some fun. Wrestling is a very niche thing going on right now. There's so much to talk about, but yeah, we're just going to go one match at a time, and we're going to have fun with it.
Hey there, everybody. Hello. I'm James from Monster Rally Podcast. Longtime wrestling fan. Nice to meet you, Emilie.
Nice to meet you as well. Me too. Rumble season's the best.
The best.
It's actually it's a lot smaller of a card this year than I remember it being.
Which I've heard rumors that they may do the 40-person Rumbles this year, which with the amount of people that WWE has in their roster right now and their new working relationship with TNA, plus legends, plus, indie people that they can sign for a one and done.
Yep.
I think it would be stupid for them to not do 40 minutes. It also, keep in mind that the one match is the DIY Motor City Machine Guns is a 2 out of 3 falls.
Yeah, and this isn't the first time. I was gonna say this isn't the first time that a 2 out of 3 falls match has been in during the Rumble.
True.
I believe it was Usos and Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable from 2018. I think
that sounds right. But yeah, my brain is mush and I don't know what years are anymore.
I have very, very weird wrestling knowledge sometimes, especially for being younger. So I remember the most random things from all different eras.
Age has nothing to do with it.
Hello, Kate. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Kate.
Hi, James. So where are we starting with?
We were just starting with the. I guess we'll start with the first match. We'll start with the tag match. Very excited for this. I'm very excited for my boys. All 4 of my boys.
I was gonna say, which ones are your boys? Because it could be any of them. Very good boys.
All 3 of my good boys, and then the very, very mean man Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah, but that luxurious beard of his.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm getting there too. But yeah, I'm very excited for this match. I had just brought up that this isn't the first time that a 2 out of 3 falls match has happened on the Royal Rumble for the tag titles.
Yeah,
it was I just said it. It was Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable versus the Usos. Yes. And I believe the Usos won 2-0. They won.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
So
this is such a Triple H match, though. So DIY are his guys since NXT. Like, he helped make them who they are today. Indie stuff aside. Motor City Machine Guns are guys that he's had on his radar for years and years. But Triple H famously loves tag team wrestling. So, of course, he's going to put 2 sets of his guys in there and like, oh yeah, also 2 out of 3 falls. Go fucking nuts.
Yeah, just have fun. Give it like 30 minutes, and then that's it. You guys aren't going to be seen on SmackDown for another 2 weeks.
They're gonna get beaten up.
Yeah, I'm so excited for this match because I love DIY specifically as a tag team, and now that they're heel, there is so much creative leeway for this type of team, and I love the Motor City Machine Guns. I've been a fan of Alex Shelley for years and Chris Sabin. I remember being in middle school when Chris Sabin won the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, and I remember losing it to my friends, and then he lost it like it was nothing. And I was like, well, it was fun while it lasted. But these guys
TNA didn't always know what to do with their like the mid-card talent.
And they still don't.
They've gotten,
but like, you know what I mean? Like they kind of like give the audience a win every once in a while, and then they'll be like, okay, but we want to push our guy.
We gotta put our big
so,
guy.
Like,
it's boring. We gotta put him up front.
But I do think that like now that Paul is in charge, like that's something that he kind of wants to rectify in terms of like the people that the audience gets behind, regardless of if they're heel or face, like you'll get the story out of them and you'll get the creativity out of them that like they've earned.
Agreed.
They've already earned the respect of the audience. So like DIY, and also like turning heel is what made him so famous and so what made him so like explode in creativity. So it doesn't surprise me that like building up a team as a face and then turning heel is like his strategy because that's what worked on him.
Yeah, exactly. And there's so much chemistry with this team. Not even just alone with one, just the team itself. You have Alex Shelley and Johnny Gargano. You have DIY in general when they're in tag teams, when they're in singles, and then you have the same thing with Motor City Machine Guns. This is literally the exact same tag team, just in two completely different eras of wrestling and then two completely different companies. The only thing is that I can't remember the last time that Shelley and Sabin had a match. I think they had a match for the world title together. I could be wrong, but I don't remember. But this is such an amazing match, and I definitely don't see the same thing happening with one team getting 2 straight falls. I just don't see this happening. My personal prediction for this, I definitely think it's going at least 25-30. They're gonna I don't expect this to be Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano 2 out of 3 falls, because oh my lord, we're gonna be here forever. It's gonna be a long rumble. But I definitely think DIY's, I think they're gonna retain.
Same.
I'm thinking that it's gonna be Motor City.
Really?
I don't,
really?
And I think it's just because it's not what everybody's expecting, and I don't have any other reason for it. But I think we all kind of have we kind of know who's going to be walking out of there with the world title, and I think we have a couple of fair guesses on who's going to walk out winners of the Rumble. But I think this is the X Factor one, and I mean, either way, I'm going to be happy at the end of that match.
I just feel like for the men's card matches, like I think they're going to go face both times. So having a heel win on the tag titles it will help even it out, and it will help like push the story forward to a necessary conclusion for WrestleMania. Because like that's where stories conclude. So like in terms of like looking at so my podcast, for you guys have just met me, hi. I do parts of movies and screenwriting and how to become better writers by looking at pop culture and movie franchises. So looking at like how WWE and especially like the new way that they're looking at things and how they're changing up how they tell stories, there's still some things that I think that they feel like they need to balance their card a little bit. And so if there was going to be a possible heel win for the men's Royal Rumble, I would say Motor City. But just in terms of like how Triple H might be thinking of how to best set up WrestleMania, I think it's going to be DIY to retain.
No, I think that's completely fair. I don't know. I'm just trying to,
I hope you're right, because that would be really out of left field.
Either way.
It would be. Yeah, I would be super surprised. My thing is that when DIY lose the titles, that's when they're gonna break.
Oh,
in my opinion, that's when they're gonna break.
They can't stay together too long. Ever.
No, they can't. No, they can't.
Do you think that's going to happen at WrestleMania, and then Raw after WrestleMania is going to be the break?
That's a good question. And is it Ciampa that's going to go face?
It's possible.
Because Candice right now is like still doing super heel stuff, right?
Yeah.
She's still speed champion.
I think so. I don't follow.
Yeah,
Steve,
I know.
but I believe you're correct.
I follow the most obscure things when it comes to wrestling. I think she's still speed champion, but
I believe
I'm
it.
not
And that's
entirely
Triple.
sure.
She's one of Tripp's girls from NXT. So
Yeah.
yeah. But she's also one of the best damn wrestlers they have. So I'm happy that they gave her. She might not be getting all the ratings on Raw or SmackDown, but like she's killer when she's in the ring.
Every single match.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I definitely think when DIY lose the titles, that's when they're going to split up. My thing is that I just don't see them splitting up now. That's why I kind of don't want them to lose the titles, because I know that this heel DIY story can be taken a lot further.
Right.
I think even past Mania, and this could blow off SummerSlam or whenever, but I've been waiting for a proper DIY tag title
Money in the
for
Bank.
so long. So if I have to if I have to personally, like, selfishly fantasy book DIY to never lose these titles for the next 50 years, I'll do it. It's fine.
Now, here's a question I got for both of you. Do you think you're going to keep the MCMG DIY storyline going, or you think they're going to throw a third team and we're going to get a triple threat tag at Mania, or
It's possible.
like a fatal 4-way, like
Yeah.
Texas Tornado match, Yeah,
I mean, oh God, that would be so cool. But like the last time they really had like a really good, in my opinion, there's a lot of fatal 4-way matches that have been just as good. But like the one that kind of sticks out to me is like London and Kendrick, and like the 4-way ladder. And it's like, I think at Armageddon.
That's it's got to be a ladder match of some kind,
it's
right?
Always
like
got to be a ladder match.
Or elimination TLC or some shit like that, right?
Yeah, and so I think that like they've built up enough teams, or I think they're trying to build their roster to have the teams to be able to pull off something like that. So breaking up a team and like breaking up a team might not be in their best interest, because like I think they're trying to build up their roster to. It would be great if they did. To hit a match like that again. I'm not saying like, and obviously like, the concussions and all the dangers of that match aside, there was a big injury during that match. God, it wasn't Morrison, it was his teammate.
Mercury's face.
His face was broken in.
Yeah, that's a brutal
the seesaw ladder. Oh my God.
Ooh, hell of a spot though.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like, dude.
And this is even one of those feuds too, where I feel like this is if you want the Tony Khan sick fucks, like the sickos, this is that feud. And you can, you said, you can shove any tag team. If you want to call up Fraxium, you can call up Fraxium and even shove them into this.
That'd be sick.
And it's for the sickos. It's for the sickos. But
what a great way to bring up NXT people because of Shawn Michaels's like hold on them. Like what a great way to introduce new talent.
And I think that this is definitely one of those feuds too, where you could do like, what the hell was it? It was a Elite and Death Triangle, the best of 7.
Yeah.
This is if WWE is going to do another best of 7, which I don't remember the last best of 7 they did. It might have been Cesaro and Sheamus, but if you're going to do with anybody, do with this team, because no one's going to get sick of watching DIY in Motor City.
You're 100% correct.
Right.
About that. Yeah. It's so funny because in my head, like I know both teams have been around for a good long while separately together. And in my head, they're like, "Oh yeah, MC, like those guys, they're the young guys." I'm like, "Oh no, they are fully my age or older." No. They're
getting AARP cards soon.
Yeah,
but...
right. That's why it's not like, what is it, like the Hardy Boy? Like there's boys, like there's no boys in the titles of these tag teams. They're like
Hardys.
Yeah. Just say Hardys at this point. Don't
throw the Hardys in with it with that TNA talent exchange.
Yeah, you might as well.
All right, so what are we saying? Are we saying Mania, Fraxium, Motor City, Hardys, and DIY in a ladder match?
I don't think we're saying. I think we're praying
that
Triple H watches this podcast.
Some kind of Dominic Mysterio on a pole match or something.
Yeah. Hey, Triple H, give Shinsuke that world title by the end of the year, please. Please.
He's earned it.
He's 4 years ago.
4 times over.
7 times. 7 years ago, he earned it.
Very true.
That was my first, like, Shinsuke versus AJ Styles in Wrestle Kingdom was like the Wrestle Kingdom of that year was like the first like huge pay-per-view I watched as a wrestling fan. And like, God.
Is Shinsuke the biggest fumble from going from NXT to the main 100%.
roster? Oh, 100% he is.
It's either him or Bobby Roode.
Yeah, Bobby Roode. Bobby. Best theme song going. Best theme song going.
Yeah, no, it's Bobby Roode.
Gotta be.
We almost had Beer Money in NXT. We almost had them, but they lowballed James Storm. I'll never let them live.
Can't lowball the cowboy.
No.
You need that beer money.
Exactly.
Fuck.
Oh my Lord.
Oh man. So we're on. So we're gonna do. So it's me and so we're thinking DIY will retain, and James is going the opposite.
I gotta be a contrarian about it. Like,
be contrarian. That's what wrestling is for.
But that's fully a match of, like, I don't care who wins. That's gonna be awesome. Like,
exactly.
The fans are the winners in that match.
100%.
Yeah. What have they done a pay-per-view in this arena before?
Indianapolis?
Yes. In this specific arena.
I don't think so.
Arena. I don't remember.
I don't think much about Indianapolis, I'll be quite honest.
Very interesting place for a Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
As long as it's not going to be in Tampa for like the 15th time. Florida's had enough. Plus, you got NXT for like 5 years of the golden age. It's everyone else's turn now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
All right, shall we move on to the undisputed WWE Championship match?
Yes,
absolutely.
So, I am known to be a very out there fantasy booker for wrestling, and I have some I have some theories about this match.
Okay.
And this is personal theories and also just regular theories that I have. So I have 2 outcomes for this match. Cody Rhodes retains, gets both belts. They make a brand new title for the world title, and they stop this. They drop this whole undisputed thing. They do this every time they did it with the Intercontinental title when Sammy won it. He was the undisputed champion for like 3 months. It was like, he's only got 1 belt now. Stop. But this is kind of going to sneak into my Royal Rumbles prediction, but I will say Cody Rhodes will win. This is the boring option. Cody Rhodes wins. John Cena wins the Royal Rumble, and John Cena goes on to face Cody at WrestleMania, because that was that was reported weeks ago that was the plan. But I have a much more fun option. Kevin Owens wins the world title. John Cena loses the Royal Rumble. He does not win.
Okay.
He goes on to main event night 2 against Sami Zayn.
Oh,
for the world title.
Good.
And Sami Zayn wins the world title at Mania.
That's way more fun.
That would be fun.
It's way more fun.
It's way more fun.
That would be fun.
I'm very excited for this match because I want to see what the hell they're going to do with ladders that is completely inhumane and probably several OSHA violations.
100%. OSHA's not going to be in the building.
Kevin Owens is an OSHA violation.
Kevin Owens is an OSHA violation. Put that on a shirt.
What we need is a Ring of Honor ladder war package pile driver.
From
Cody Rhodes.
Pile drivers are back.
From Kevin Owens.
From
Cody Rhodes too. Just surprise everybody. But from Kevin
What if they
Owens,
just start taking each other's finishers? And it's like, we don't know what match it is.
It's like you're playing the game. Just start stealing finishers.
Would you say, based on CM Punk's like negging of Cody Rhodes, of like the championship is going to get really hard for you and you're going to break soon?
Yeah, I think.
Do you think that if Kevin Owens, now I really want this to happen, so I'm just going to say it's going to happen when Cody Rhodes, when Kevin Owens wins the title, and he might face, would it be possible to face Sami Zayn on night 1 and then have the heel turn for Cody on night 2?
Interesting. I like
it's
that a lot too.
It's possible.
Like he wasn't able to get it back. Like he wasn't
Yeah.
able to get it back, and Sami Zayn is going to take it, and everyone's going to cheer, and everyone's going to. But it's like, don't you remember when you cheered for me and what happened to my story? And he's just going to go turn heel on night 2.
He just turns full Bullet Club Cody and just loses his mind.
I
definitely think if and when Kevin Owens wins, I think Cody will still face Cena at Mania, because when we get to our Royal Rumble predictions, my Royal Rumble prediction doesn't have to do with the WWE title. It has to do with the World Heavyweight title. So it's just more of a personal. This is not to sidetrack, but this is the first Royal Rumble in so long, because when I was a kid, I just had to watch wrestling. I wasn't on Twitter until at least like 2018, and now I'm not even on Twitter anymore because
Smart move.
Toxic.
Good for you.
But this is the first time in so long that I genuinely don't know who's winning, because there's nothing on dirt sheets. There's nothing on anything. I don't know who's winning the Royal Rumble. That's why I feel like this doesn't even have to do with the WWE title. So I feel like it has to do with the World Heavyweight title, because there's stories that you can tell from there. Because once I heard that The Rock was out of the story, I don't even think The Rock is there anymore. I don't think Roman's winning. I think we're past that. We are grown adults. We are past the reign of terror. Also, Kate, I would like to mention I was getting over the flu. So if you hear me cough,
okay.
Yeah, I was suffering. I'm still suffering, but I was suffering.
It's okay. I'm based in Los Angeles. I was coughing up a storm.
Yeah. But I feel like there's so many more stories to tell with the World Heavyweight title than there is with the WWE title. I feel like there's been so many stories recently with like, oh, this is happening for Mania next year. This is locked in. This is it. Now we have no creative plans. Cody's not winning this. Cody's not dropping the title anytime soon. Cody's not going to hold the title for very much longer. And then it's like, this is why I don't listen to Dave Meltzer. This is why I don't listen to any of these. I just book it. I can make a universe mode of it on 2K and fulfill my fantasies of wrestling. But yeah, I definitely think that there's more story to be told with the Royal Rumble for the World Heavyweight Championship than there is with the WWE Championship, because the World Heavyweight Championship needs that oomph instead of it just being the secondary title. And I feel like having the winner be like, you know what, you guys can go over there and do what you want. I want the World Heavyweight Championship, because look at all 4 people that have held it: Rollins, McIntyre, Priest, and Walter. I don't call him Gunther.
Good.
I don't call him that name.
There's something I also want to bring up really quickly, because we're kind of like skirting both matches at this point. And I know that we'll talk more in depth about the men's Royal Rumble match. But looking at the card of who's been announced and who might show up based on everything else, there's a lot of vets besides John Cena that are looking for their last shot. That like you have CM Punk that has come back, and it's like when CM Punk came back in SummerSlam, like he then got injured in Royal Rumble, so he has a lot to prove.
Yeah,
back, and
he still needs his WrestleMania moment.
He does need his WrestleMania moment, and it's just like, and
he deserves it.
Yes, and but there's also like you have John Cena that did his whole like I'm gonna beat his kind of moment of glory, but like, is there a world where Randy Orton comes back in the Rumble? At least ties with and takes it out of nowhere, because to set him up with Cody, because he's got that weird rivalry. Good. And then he won't tie Cena for world title record, but he'll tie Steve Austin's Rumble win record.
Yeah,
with 3. And it's like, because we have other veterans on the playing field, and also Rey Mysterio's coming back. I don't think he'll win, but like there's a lot of vets who are coming back.
And I think. I don't want to jump over the men's Rumble yet.
No. I just want to pull it back of who else is on the board.
Now, can
this heavyweight title?
Can I draw some heat right now? Possibly, maybe. I don't know if you guys are going to be simpatico with me or not.
Oh no.
Cody's a boring world champion. his story,
is over.
Finishing the story.
Yeah, he finished the
Cool.
story. That was the story.
Now we're in the addendum. Like we're in the fan fiction era now, and guess what? That shit is whack.
This is not Sonic.
It's not Sonic. It's it's the Cimmerillion. It's not done. It's not. It's
great
right
reference
there.
How would you have rewritten this? Because there's no world in which Cody was not going to get the title last year.
Mm-hmm.
How, when you have and it was cathartic. Like it was such a big, like, how would you have used that title and used that switch over, him being a face, Roman obviously going to be leaving because of, one, medical issues, and two, just to kind of give the champion their space. But how would you have rewritten the transition period, knowing that Cody would be face?
I think everything up until WrestleMania last year, leave as is, no notes, less Rock. But I think
so much less Rock.
That's a consensus around most people.
That's okay. The Funkos were worth it.
Rock's gonna do what Rock's gonna do with his white vest.
Rock was such a contingency plan that it was like,
it was a shoehorn. He was like, he was gonna do exactly, and that's why Punk is the best, because he was straight up calling him out about it. Because that's why he never had his WrestleMania moment. But maybe
I still wish a part of me still wishes it was like he didn't bow to the bloodline and he turned on Roman to be like, you're not the head of the family, I am.
Yeah.
Well,
especially now that he literally is the head of the family. He is the
exactly. Exactly. And I think maybe they should have kicked off the Civil War, or the Bloodline Civil War, at like SummerSlam. Have Roman come back and have the big match in War Games like they did. Tighten that up, but then have Rock come in.
Yeah.
And Rock and Roman. Give us that match. And Cody's in there and he just gets caught in the crossfire. And hell, the reason that Rock has that BS People's Championship title is because he wanted the belt.
Did you know he's labeled on the website as an official champion?
He's the worst champion in the world. Where's
Can someone take the people's? Is that a possibility? Can we do that?
He would have to be fired from the board, I think.
No, but can someone pretend? I don't know. Can
whoever wins the
all of a sudden it's 24/7 rules. It's 24/7 rules all of a sudden.
That's it's a good thing that Rock probably has 85 security guards around him at all times.
Yeah, that's
No, I'm who's the derpiest
Goldberg.
Person? Goldberg. Can Goldberg come back? Can the people reclaim the title? Yeah.
Can people reclaim the title? If only.
Finish the story.
Can we all take it back, please?
I mean. I'm just thinking, if this was the early 2000s, it's Hornswoggle would be like, I'm the people's champion. Everyone loves me.
I'm the anonymous people's champion.
The anonymous GM is the people's champion.
That's actually a really cool idea for a wrestling story of anonymous and they just go in and F people up and then leave.
The whole joke the entire time is that someone stole it and they're doing the whole anonymous whatever and everyone's like, it's Hornswoggle. It has to be Hornswoggle. Everyone's joke like R-Truth or Kevin Owens, the whole do you remember the Elias thing with his brother Ezekiel? Kevin Owens it's Hornswoggle. Everyone knows it's him. He was the anonymous Raw general manager. We know it's him.
Oh, shit.
I would love R-Truth trying to take the people's championship from
and you know what? He's the most deserving person, I think.
I don't think I had a better WrestleMania moment ever. And I watched the story and I was like, yay, Cody. But when he finally ascended the ladder and everyone is pointing and he finally gets his champ, I was just my friend and I turned to each other. It's are we crying? What's happening?
Why is my face raining?
Why is my face wet? It's R-Truth.
Now, here's an idea. Before I do that, anybody see it? I think it was on Instagram earlier today when they announced Triple H going in for the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ron Killings posted up a picture of Ciampa as a congratulations, Paul. We're all really excited. Nobody else has earned it like you have.
Oh my God.
That's amazing.
He's the best.
He's the people's champion.
He's the greatest. He is the greatest human being to exist.
That being said, I want to see Owens win, but I know it's going to be Cody.
Yeah.
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 All the way back too.
Yeah, all the way back.
Yeah,
by the way,
we
were talking about Royal
happened.
Rumble. Yeah. I want it to be Kevin Owens, and I have, like I said, I have some theories.
I think there's going to be
about the Rumble. There will definitely be shenanigans.
There'll be shenanigans in that match.
I have more theories for the Rumble, but we'll get that when we'll burn that bridge when we burn it. But I will. Yeah, I want to say I think if we're putting money on this, which we're not sponsored.
We are legally not putting money on this.
We are
legally not putting money on this.
Not sponsored by DraftKings. But yeah, thank God.
My boyfriend owes me a pizza if I get more.
That too. Yeah, the best we'll get is like a Chipotle promo code.
You know what? They'll get you something,
and they'll give you half the meat anyway. So
yeah. My prediction is Kevin Owens, but I think the safe option is going Cody Rhodes. But the reason why I say that I feel like Kevin Owens has an actual chance of winning, oh my God, I could fantasy book this for hours. But the problem is that
correct.
The problem is that they're gonna make a new world title, and it's going to be Cody who's gonna hold it.
Yeah,
but they don't have
plans.
Exactly. They don't have plans for Rock Cody. So what's the point of him holding the title? Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
also, Kevin,
very good point.
Of anyone in the roster right now, like especially with how they treated Kevin giving Sami Zayn the like high sign at WrestleMania, and how like he freaking deserves it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Owens is an incredible athlete and an incredible person. And man.
And in the storyline of it all, he's right. He might be an asshole, but he's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin was right.
You're aligning with the one bad guy because there's a worse guy. Guess what? Like all this all this giant fight we had where you brought together the Avengers to take on Thanos, and now you're like, but this Kang guy, or I don't know, I guess this Doom guy.
Yeah, now we have to switch it up
now. And Owens is right. He's right to be pissed for all of his quote unquote buddies like turning their back on like what they stood for.
I think that there was a emotional hole that was left by the loss of Bray Wyatt. In terms of having a bad guy that was so charismatic that you loved, even though he was a little bit like skirting that line between like assholery and now with Uncle Howdy, you have someone on like the very scary train.
Yeah,
but I
can't
think
wait
that
for him to come back.
Same.
Yeah, me too.
The heart of Bray, though, I think that's where Cody is kind of going to land. Like face Bray that everyone loved, and like when he wasn't doing the when he wasn't like, he's always in character, so I don't really know how to say this, but like when he wasn't like on the spectrum, like full go.
He
was like center
Funhouse Bray in his red sweater.
That was that's
my
over
favorite
here.
one.
Like the center. Oh God, Funhouse, Firefly
Funhouse
Funhouse.
the best.
I remember
Bring
when
back Alexa Bliss.
Yeah,
I
remember when he came back and he made that promo on SmackDown, and he was like, "I'm not talking to you guys in character, like I'm me. This is me talking." And I was like, like we're here, we're living. This is living.
Yeah, but I think that hole that was created by his passing, I think it would be really smart for them to recognize that emotional section of WWE has been missing, and that Kevin is the perfect person to fill that. The speak truth to power guy.
And talk about a guy who can be crazy face, crazy heel. And even when he's a heel, he does it, and it's like, well, he's not wrong.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
He's just a piece of shit about it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Man.
I'm hoping for big things.
All right. You know what? When I watch, I'm gonna cross my fingers for Kevin. I think Cody's gonna win,
Let's do it.
I'm gonna cross my fingers for Kevin.
Brains, Cody, heart, Kevin, right?
Heart, Kevin.
Yeah.
3
Let's
out
go
of 3
for
on
it.
that one.
Let's go for it, you guys.
Awesome.
Thank you for fantasy booking that. That's so fun.
Oh, I got hours of it. Trust me. I may only be 24, but Lord in heaven, I have so much fantasy booking.
Yo.
my best friend hates me. I'm gonna sell myself out here. So just side thing. Years ago, I think it was 2018, 2019, when NXT was doing that whole thing with Evolve, I made this joke, and I told my friend, I said, hey, we should do an Evolve Invasion angle. And he flamed me because he said, hey, do you remember how the Invasion angle ended? And I went, well, not like that.
Not like that.
And I just said, I love champions and titles. We should just do champion versus champion matches and everything. And it's become a joke that every single time I fantasy book something, he brings up the Evolve Invasion angle, and then I just stop talking. That's my cue to stop talking.
Do they have any plans for a Night of Champions this year? Because with TNA, you know, you have Raw, you have SmackDown, you got NXT. You know, you got 55 belts in the Fed nowadays.
Yeah.
But then you bring in TNA's guys, and you can have these crazy cross-promotional matches that are like, you can just burn the house down with it.
And through this entire TN, oh my God, wrong one, NXTNA era that we've been through, which started with Jordan. Well,
started a year ago.
Hey, technically it started with Mickie James, but
that's true.
It also started with Jordan Grace, which I made the joke. Oh my God, Scott Steiner's coming out, and then I my brain actually focused on what I was looking at, and I went, huh? And I could not believe that Jordan Grace was there. But this entire time, NXT was really getting all the stars: Frankie Kazarian, Jordan Grace, Rascals. Alex Hammerstone was also on there, I believe.
Hammerstone was there.
Hammerstone was there.
Yeah, Hammerstone was there, and like they're just now getting the stars. I believe Fraxium are going to be defending the titles on Impact, and then Cora Jade is there.
Tatum Paxley. Well, Tatum Paxley, I think, was like the first one to show up over there.
It was
sometime last year.
It was either her or it was the Katrina.
Oh yeah, that she might have been the first one. But they were like
sword. I forgot her name.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Why did she have a sword?
Yeah, I don't know. Why not? We need to send Sol Ruka over there. Huge Sol Ruka stand over here. Yeah,
she's crazy good. Crazy good.
But yeah, it's great to see TNA getting the representation, and when we get to the men's rumble, because I think we'll go in order of how I think the matches are going to go. So we'll do the women's. I guess we'll do the women's rumble next to kind of give us a little pause. But when we get to the men's rumble, you know, I have a lot of TNA predictions with that. But
I'm seeing a lot of faces on this image that are not confirmed.
Yeah,
go back.
You know, they're not confirmed.
This is official.
Like,
I mean, Lita's on there.
Lita's on there, and she's always a
AJ Lee as well.
Huh.
AJ Lee's on there.
Now wait a minute.
Is there a world where AJ Lee comes back?
It's a
I would love to believe there is a world. Yes.
I don't think it would be for like a one and done in the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%. Like she's not going to be there full time. Oh, it looks like this is the Raw ad.
Wow, because they're not officially claimed in it yet, so that's very interesting.
That's crazy.
Dakota Kai's out with a concussion protocol right now, so I think she's she's going to be questionable.
So far, I have 10. I know of 10 confirmed contestants.
Correct.
Okay.
Nia Jax, Bayley, Charlotte Flair, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Lyra Valkyria, Ivy Nile, and Io Sky.
Who's freaking insane, by the way, and they need to just let her be
She's
insane.
incredible with the best theme song in the women's division.
Io is the greatest women's wrestler.
Now, one thing,
and she needs to go. I don't know. I want her to go so far because she deserves it.
She's awesome.
So cool.
I've noticed for both the men and women for confirmed, nobody from NXT as of yet. As of yet. And there's not going to be an equal split among all of them. Mm-hmm. NXT will get, what do you think, maybe 5? Maybe more in the women's. More in the women's.
Do you think any who's the older vet that's going to come back and just do the little, like, the wave?
It would be
Michelle McCool.
Could be Michelle McCool. Yes. AJ would be the dream.
Mm-hmm.
I can see Mickie James showing up.
Especially if if CM Punk wins the men's matches and AJ Lee's there.
You know what? Give me Gail Kim. How about Gail Kim?
Yo,
I mean, she's like running the women's division in TNA, isn't she?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
that would be killer.
Killer.
I mean,
she's one of the. Oh my God, she's the GOAT. Or Victoria. She just signed a Legends deal, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. So Victoria.
I'm always excited.
I should say Legend. Sorry about that, you guys. Thank you for the word.
Who from TNA is going to show up in it? Do you think anybody from TNA is going to? I don't know TNA's women's roster as nearly as well.
I try to follow TNA as best as I can. I have been a TNA fan for the longest time, and it's been hard to defend this company, but I still love wrestling unconditionally.
Every time
even if I can't defend this company.
Someone's got to kneecap them and set them back.
I don't know if I could say her name, but I hope there's one person that does not show up in the Royal Rumble.
Are they a champion?
No.
Okay.
Say Flynn. Do it. Come on. I won't tell anyone.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I don't think they're gonna get Masha.
Tessa Blanchard.
Oh, Tessa.
She might not be welcome.
She better not be welcome.
She might not be welcome.
We still have Hulk Hogan in this company, so I'm not sure.
God.
Not sure.
Listen, dude. Drink my beer. It's best warm. I'm
going back with diverticulitis, brother.
Yeah.
But no.
Hey, Jimmy, they must really hate you, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think? Like, oh God, what do you think of the possibility? I think the only people who would come back who used to be with WWE and who are now in TNA are the Hardys.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah.
But I don't think Cardona would go back. If they were given the opportunity, I don't think Nick would come back.
I don't think Nick would. I think there's a little animosity there.
Cardona
has said that he is
same thing with Ali as well. Same thing with Ali. I don't see him ever stepping foot in another WWE ring again.
No,
never.
But in terms of old WWEs,
I could see Cardona coming in because he's always ready.
Yeah, he's always ready. It's true.
I was trying to find. Back in the day, back when Twitter was cool, he ran a promo where it was like a retweet or something like that, and random winner, and I won a signed Broski headband, and so I was trying to find it to wear for this, but it's packed away somewhere.
I don't really have anything cool like wrestling memorabilia, to be honest with you. I actually have. Are you guys familiar with DPW?
Oh, God!
Deadlock Pro Wrestling.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
It works.
I went to a wrestling show. I went to a wrestling show recently in New Jersey for Deadlock, and I met my favorite wrestler, Ace Austin. I was so happy.
Hey!
I ended up getting a poster signed by Ace, Jake something, because he's their world title. He was their world champion, but he had to relinquish it. He has to get surgery. And Trevor Lee. Trevor Lee was also there as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that was pretty fun. But I'm trying to I don't really have anything wrestling memorabilia, which is weird. I have a bunch of figures, but I don't really have
I
don't
weird. Think I got anything, but I went to Lucha Underground religiously when it was still active.
Did you really?
Yeah. When Pentagon Jr. wins the world title, he jumps up on the crowd. I'm right there in the first row when he jumps into the crowd.
It's funny
a young baby me.
It's funny that you bring that up because when Penta first debuted with WWE, I literally said his first feud should just be with Io. That was the funniest thing ever.
And he could wrestle Chelsea Green too.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not really
for the women's United States title.
Oh, dude.
Unfortunately, it's signed by a horrible man.
Oh, well, if you squint, it kind of looks like Horace Hogan.
Yeah.
Now, hang on. Now, there's my pick for the men's rumble. Oh shit! I spoiled it.
Oh no. Yeah, it's not really a wrestling memorabilia, but I got Chavo Guerrero was doing his comic book, and I got a copy. So that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah!
Shout out to Chavo Guerrero. He's freaking amazing. He's a great dude.
Yeah.
Great.
So looking back at the TNA roster, because again, I try, but I had to look back. We could have Dani Luna. She's one half of the Knockouts champions.
Yeah.
Knockouts tag champions. I think Dani Luna would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Or would they use it as a opportunity to like bring up someone who is like smaller?
Maybe.
I mean,
Killer Kelly.
Killer Kelly or like Zia.
Have Masha, yeah.
SDL.
Rosemary. Rosemary's been on NXT.
Because then it's not like they're not stealing from a story that's already active in TNA. They're stealing from like lower in the roster to like help like start this weird maelstrom.
Savannah Evans. She is an amazing wrestler.
Yeah,
I watched her live at Battle Club Pro in New York. She's an amazing wrestler. That would be awesome to see her in the Rumble.
New York's got some really solid indie wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I've been to a couple. I've been to HOG before.
Oh, cool!
I watched Matt Cardona wrestle Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Sick.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yo.
That was crazy. I also saw Super Crazy in a ladder match.
Super Crazy is underrated.
Awesome.
Underrated and rated. Like at the same time.
Oh, yes. When you saw that crazy ass dive he just did at Hammerstein, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus. He did. It's been 30 years since the last time he did that, I think.
I told my best friend about this when I was, a very delusional child, obviously, of not to the horrors of the world.
Right.
When I was little and had like the SmackDown vs. Raw games, my favorite wrestler was Psychosis. I love the Mexicools so much. Wasn't aware of but
it was a different time. We just have to stay with wrestling,
it was a different time with a very bad man at the head of the company.
But I feel like that's how there's a lot of things that we look back, whether it's politically, societally, like culturally, it's like oh, that was a different time, and it's like I don't think you can use that excuse, but it's like with wrestling, it's like it was a different time. It's like chill. I was
sick, and I thought he was awesome. Okay, Psychosis was the fucking coolest.
Psychosis was crazy. It was he
wasn't super crazy.
He was rad. No. He was extremely crazy.
Yeah.
God, the London and was it with London and Kendrick where they did all the tag team matches with the Mexico?
I think so. Yeah.
That sounds on Heat or Velocity.
On Velocity. On Velocity.
Velocity, I believe, was taped before SmackDown.
Sounds right. Yeah. That was an unofficial best of 7.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Best of 17. I don't.
You could take any like mid-card feud from Heat from like the late 90s and just call it a best of like 45 or something like that. And it's like,
right.
Pretty much.
You guys were getting paid coffee and pastries.
Solid work though. It's solid work though.
It was, yeah.
Get that crafty.
Honest pay for honest work.
Yo, catering. Catering.
Here's the thing. If any of the women from TNA are coming over, it's gonna be the easy, boring choice. It's gonna be Ash by Elegance. Not to take anything away from her, but she's already shown up again on NXT and all that.
Yeah.
Especially when you have Charlotte Flair coming in.
Right. God, they all look alike, huh?
But it's also just like that. Like, doesn't she have that like kind of like weird boa thing that she put? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like
she's a cross between Charlotte Flair and what's her name? Toni Storm, Timeless Toni Storm.
Oh yeah.
She's a full blown ripoff of Timeless Toni Storm.
Damn.
Like down to her manservant.
Oh God, that's right. Do we think? Okay, so. Who do we think will take the title or the win? I should say.
So,
here's the thing about me. I always want to say Bayley. I always want to say Bayley.
I think Bayley's such a safe option.
Exactly. I mean, if Lyra Valkyrie didn't have the Intercontinental strap, I'd say she might be getting shot up to the moon.
Lyra is such a good talent.
Is
such
it too boring to say Charlotte?
Huh?
Is it too boring to say Charlotte?
I think Charlotte will take it just because it's the passing of the torch between her and Tiffany.
I think
she's going to call out Tiffany.
I'm a professional Charlotte hater.
Yeah, me too, honestly.
I thought you loved wrestling unconditionally.
I love most of wrestling. I love part of wrestling is hating. Coincidentally,
that's true.
And then the next week be all for the person that you absolutely hated the week before.
Oh man,
it's a soap opera, right?
Yeah.
It's Twin Peaks. It seems normal, and then it gets real weird, and then it brings you all back, and then it gets weird again.
It's shocking on, shocking on, shocking on. Then you're like,
absolutely.
wait.
It's no different than Gam watching her stories on well, not anymore. There are no more soap operas, I guess.
And then 20 years later, we all go,
not, yeah.
He was weird in real life too. Okay.
He was also
it wasn't an act. Oh wait, you suck now.
So I guess for the women's rumble, I have 2 predictions.
Hit me.
I want to say Charlotte. As much as it burns my soul for whatever's left of it.
It's safe money.
Yeah, it's safe money because you can either do Tiffany as a passing of the torch or the Mania trilogy with Rhea. And as good as that match was 2 years ago, that match was money. And it's the safest option. You could go either way. The other option I have, Jordan Grace is probably going to go to NXT. I would say Io Sky. I would say Io Sky goes and then she faces Rhea at Mania.
Yeah.
I would think Bianca is a strong contender.
Yeah.
I mean, she is the EST of WWE. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking it might be Jordan. Jordan's my dark horse on this.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. I mean, she's put her time.
You're talking about Kalani Jordan as well, right?
Naturally, yeah. Jordan Grace. I'm thinking, she showed off what she can do. She was in the Rumble last year for a while. Like she put in the work last year. Then she put on some great matches in NXT.
Yeah.
Faced a bunch of the women from down there over at TNA. And then I don't think Triple H wants her down there. I think he wants her up on the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
She's Jordan Grace. She's money.
She's money.
Okay, this is not going to happen. I don't think this should happen. There's no money in it, and there's no future in it. But there's a part of me that just thought,
go for it.
What if Chelsea Green wins?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
By accident. Like it can't be for real. Like it can't be fuck pulling it off. It's just
Chelsea 2 belts.
Oh yeah. Or she
I'm here for
it. Or she starts wrestling as Reclusa, who's as Reclusa is the winner of the Royal Rumble, and Chelsea is the queen of the US.
Can we make wrestling fun? Okay, please.
That's why I love her so much. And
it doesn't have to make sense all the time. No, as long as people like it and it's funny.
Danhausen of WWE when his contract's up.
I love her so much because she's like the R-Truth of the women's division because she does things with so much joy.
And she's so good, and she's that table spot that she took last year was terrifying.
There's an aspect to Chelsea Green that reminds me of when Vince didn't know what to do with the women wrestlers in the early 90s and made women's wrestlers really awesome valets. Mm-hmm. So it's she's pulling in early 90s valet energy.
Yeah.
But she's capable of being in the main roster. She's capable of being I'm thinking Miss Elizabeth and yes, thank you.
And Luna.
And Luna and all of these great women. But I think she could be
I just got bummed out. They're all dead. Mm-hmm. That's such a bummer.
Wait, Luna passed away?
Luna passed away a while ago.
Oh my god.
A while back.
Oh my
god.
No, you're 100% right though.
Yeah. She's got that because she's got that energy of she could definitely when she has valeted for other female talent. Mm-hmm. To be able to, but she's able to take those spots and she's able to direct traffic, as it were. The joy of a good valet is kind of it needs to come back, but also as a way to kick her up, instead of just staying there.
Now, are we going to see her and Piper Niven in the Rumble at the same time? And possibly. Whoever gets eliminated first, are they going to hang out and start helping out? Because Piper Niven's obviously the perfect person to catch Chelsea when she's thrown over the top rope.
Yeah,
that would be fun.
I could see that happening.
I could see that happening.
That's a possibility.
And
fun. Also, I kind of love this moment of like Chelsea looking at Piper on the outside of the ring, going like, "Wait, this isn't supposed to happen."
Yeah.
What do we
Yeah.
do?
Or what happens is that Piper Niven accepts the fact that she's catering fod, unfortunately, and she pulls a Give me a second. I'm trying to think of his name. God, I'm trying to think of his name. I can't think of it.
Which help. I'll help.
WCW. He jumped out of the ring so he could face Jericho for the cruiserweight title.
Oh,
Why can't I think of it? I'm a fake wrestling fan.
Now I gotta.
No, you're fine.
I gotta walk through the COVID brain to get back to those memories.
Yeah. His face is in my head.
I was, whenever I think of somebody jumping out of the ring, I'm thinking Mil Mascaras in the 95 or 96 Rumble where he eliminated himself, going for like a top rope tope.
Yeah. I can't think of it. I can't think of the name right now.
Guys, this is good viewing right now.
Oh yeah.
I know.
I can't think of the name right now, but him, jumping out of the ring. So, oh God, now I can't think of his name. Damn it!
Going after Jericho.
Going after Jericho for the WC. Yeah, him. Anyways,
I feel like she got, even though she was on TV all the time, and when under Vince's dewdrop persona that he forced on her, Rips has a lot of belief in Piper Niven.
Yeah, and
I think they just need a good creative angle for her, because I think she's very likable.
Yeah,
and she's solid. She's a solid wrestler.
I still could never believe she never won the UK women's title.
I know, that's nuts. That's nuts.
I could not believe that. And then I don't remember if she was in NXT at all.
Was it Rob Van Dam?
I don't think it was Rob Van Dam.
No, I'm trying to, because it made me think of Invasion storyline, because I'm like, is that the Invasion storyline?
Dean Malenko.
Oh, the Iceman. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was the original Jericho list.
Yes.
Yeah.
Arm lock.
Drag.
Yeah.
You just made the list.
Yeah.
Love him.
Just 15 years prior.
Well, because Malenko was the man of 1,000 holds and Jericho was 1,004.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Yes.
Okay. We got there in the end. Awesome.
All right. Good. Awesome. We finished the story.
I went to a WWE. I went to a WWE live show, like, I don't know, it's probably like 15 years ago at this point. And it's a live show, so, tickets are pretty cheap, and we had floor seats. And there's one point we're just kind of looking, like, we're not too far from the entrance, and we can see the producers and all this stuff. And I just go, holy shit, it's Dean Malenko. And he's just there, like, arms crossed, and he's like,
gorilla.
That's it. That's all I needed.
Thank
you, Iceman.
You could see Gorilla from where you were sitting.
It wasn't Gorilla. It wasn't behind the curtain. They were like sitting at like a table, because it was no Titantron or anything like that. It was black, black drapes blocking it.
The Dubitin,
they were just kind of at like a table taking notes. Like
wow.
Like the producers for the matches were like just taking notes and stuff like that.
Man, that's awesome.
House shows are the way to go.
Honestly,
if you're going to see WWE, house shows are the way to go.
I've never been to a WWE show.
We should change that.
You should, yeah.
I would definitely love to.
They run New York and New Jersey all the time.
Yeah. I had some opportunities to. I'm very weird. I don't like big arena shows. I love the smaller indie places. Like, I've been to local indie places around here. I've been to some New York shows like Battle Club and HOG. I've been to DPW, but I just love them. It's kind of like watching smaller streamers on Twitch. There's more interaction, and you kind of, it's a community,
and you can see something amazing before it gets huge.
Exactly.
That's why Lucha was so special.
And and Lucha was such a different thing as well, because it was like every storyline was like it wasn't scripted, it was cinematic. Like it was
it was beautiful. It was stunning. And the wrestlers really had like creative control over what they were doing, and the wrestlers were producing matches. Like it was very cool.
It was like a step up in class, or a large step up in class from Wrestling Society X, a series that is near and dear to my heart because that also
Oh my
introduced me a
God.
ton of these guys that are still going.
Yeah.
Again, that are big
Society
names
X.
now.
Yeah.
But,
Okay, so Chelsea Green for women's wrestling.
Chelsea
that'd be
Green.
incredible. That'd be incredible.
Yeah.
All right, Chelsea gets eliminated early.
I want Io to win though, because I love her.
Yeah. Chelsea gets eliminated early. She comes in like number 1. She gets eliminated like by the third entrant.
No, because like that was the whole joke. Is I lasted longer than 6 seconds.
Comes back in at 29 as Reclusa.
Yeah, there you go. And then
eliminates
8
people
at 30.
Oh, that would be cool. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think that's gonna happen, but that would be dope.
No,
it would be dope.
Great. Yeah. I still think there's this like fear, and I might be saying something off base here. Where it's like there's still, after the Divas era, that there still needs to be, and I'm not saying there shouldn't be, because there was a long period of time where I think the women were outclassing the men in just you know, ring technique, showmanship, strategy, storytelling. Like the women's division is killing it. And there's still, but I still think there's like a push from, especially given who was just in charge and who is no longer in charge, to like keep a legitimacy to the women's division. But I think it needs to start transitioning. And I think Chelsea Green and Io Sky are a big part of that. So like the women's division is also fucking fun. Like, like when division. They are in charge of what their image is and they have a say, it's not going to be the divas again. It's not going to be a guy telling them how to behave or how to be a woman or be a character of a woman that somebody decided on. It's like when you have ownership of what your character is and where you're going, not necessarily where you're going, but like what your character is in that situation. I think that's empowering to be able to be silly and be funny and be strange. And I think the men's division is allowed more to be strange, but I think it's not from the division itself. It's from the institution.
Oh,
I completely agree.
And I hope that
change it from the bottom up.
Yeah. I hope that this is the start of whatever happens on Sunday or Saturday is the start of that transition.
Thank God, by the way. I'm sorry. Thank God for Saturday pay-per-views. Jesus. I'm an old man. I work a job.
I don't need 2 night pay-per-views either.
No.
Or at least keep it at 3.5 hours max. Don't have 2 nights and then the second night you're going to 12:30 in the night. Come on, Trips.
I feel like half of my soul is Eddie Kingston. Tony Khan! Please. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I hate you, Tony Khan. I will not lie in saying that Double or Nothing last year, I did not stay for the what the hell is that match? Rampage and the Rumble match.
Dude, yeah.
No, I didn't stay for it. After Christian and Swerve, I was like, oh, it's bedtime. And I
mean, that's kind of that Christian Swerve should kind of be the main event. You would think?
Yeah, well,
like,
you know,
two Swerve. Speaking of what is it? He was a kill shot, right?
Yes. Oh my God, Lucha Underground was so awesome. Kill shot versus AR Fox in the Texas Death Match.
Yo, for real.
Dead Christian is my favorite Christian.
If you ever come back and just talk about, because I remember I was there for all of season 2 and all of season 3 and some of season 4.
Sick.
So like I will come back and talk about Lucha Underground any day of the week.
Is it streaming anywhere?
No.
That is a bummer.
It's a huge bummer.
All right,
probably page 45 of Daily Motion.
Guess if you're gonna have to go
keep scrolling,
sail the seas and see if there runs any pirates.
Yeah,
I mean, I wonder if we have a connection to Lucha in the Geekscape network, and I wonder if they might have something that we could watch.
Were there DVDs?
There was DVDs.
Oh,
if you go on eBay, they're so expensive. I tried.
They are not cheap anymore.
Hold on.
Because they were streaming on Netflix for a while. Like Netflix was the home of the El Rey streaming.
Yeah.
Stuff. Shame.
Hold on. I need to confirm this really quick.
Confirm or deny.
That's a good price for the entire series.
Oh wow, I can't even find.
Yeah, it's available on Amazon and it's available on Apple, but you have to buy them. Sorry, and I shouldn't say that because we're not sponsored by anything.
It's on beep and beep.
Beep, beep.
Yeah. By corporate. I actually can't find a single one on eBay, which is, if you can't find it on eBay, it don't exist. I collect video games. I collect video games and cassettes.
Oh,
So,
man.
yeah, if you don't find it on eBay, it don't exist. Good luck. I'm an eBay rat, so I would know. But
so are we moving on to the main event?
I think we're moving on to the main event.
Look at him. Look how good he looks right there in the middle.
Yeah.
Also, that's going to probably be your final five, right? Like that's your
yeah, 100%.
Oh, 100%.
If it's not, can you just add like a little Joe Hendry in the background in between Rollins and Cena? Be perfect. 6-pack challenge. There you go.
There you go.
Oh.
Hendry's going bell to bell.
Yes. I need every single Rumble match from now until the end of time to end with the last two just having a 20-minute match.
I love that. I love that shit. It's awesome.
So amazing. So this is the main event. This is
it.
The grand finale. You never have to. Well, I mean, we'll probably do this again, but my fantasy bookings.
15 of the 30 people have been put in. So LA Knight, Mr. Jonathan Cena, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Rey Mysterio, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, Logan Paul, Penta, Chad Gable. Yes. Dark Horse right there. Chad Gable. Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes. Now you know Big Jim's gonna be in it too. If Roman and Jay are in it, Big Jim's gonna be in it.
Yeah.
Joe Henry's gotta be in it, right?
Joe Henry's definitely, if there's any TNA representation, it's one of two fucking people. And it is either Joe Hendry.
Is Josh Alexander the other one you're gonna say?
Not Josh Alexander. Oh my god! 3 people. I love Josh Alexander so much.
He's good, and he's so
amazing.
I love any pro wrestler that wears a headgear.
Yeah.
I love Rick Steiner growing up.
Yeah,
dude.
Kurt Angle.
I love your big energy, dude. Like it's so nice.
Josh, I'm so passionate about wrestling, and I watch all types of wrestling. I try to get into everything. But it's so hard. Like I was just talking about Josh with this on the 4 Ropes Wrestling podcast.
Hey.
Good plug.
Thank you. I was just talking about him because we kind of introduced ourselves into the world of wrestling. But wrestling for me is so hard to consume nowadays, especially with ADHD, depression, and all this everything that chemical makes and balance.
The horrors,
yeah, and the horrors of a 3-hour wrestling show on weekly television. Jesus Christ,
12 hours of wrestling a week.
Yeah, especially if you try to follow everything because it's like Raw. It's not even just Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, rest in peace, Rampage, and Collision. If you want to follow everything, it's Ring of Honor, NXT,
it's AEW,
yeah, and TNA, and
then the indie circuit because they have all their shows.
Yeah,
mm-hmm. It's impossible to do.
It's so hard to follow wrestling. It's so hard to follow wrestling, but just WWE in general, because of how long Raw is, and it's so much. There's so much of a different pace than watching Dynamite. My girlfriend's not a wrestling fan, but I have her watch wrestling all the time with me, against her will, and
that's helping.
She definitely enjoys. I can tell that she enjoys watching Dynamite more than watching Raw, and her favorite wrestler that I make the joke of is Okada because she loves when he says "bitch." But Dynamite is so much easier, and same thing with Collision too. I think Collision is the best part about getting off of Twitter is the fact that I don't have to see people's opinions anymore, and I can just watch wrestling, and then that's it.
That's the dream.
I can enjoy wrestling without having to see, oh well, this person and and all this, and I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. So I will love WWE forever. I genuinely don't know how I started watching wrestling, but I will love WWE forever. Also against my will. But with watching all of these different companies, I've grown to love so many people. Like growing up, my favorite was CM Punk or Jeff Hardy, but
Yeah.
now my favorites are Darby Allin, Damian Priest, Ace Austin. I have a favorite.
God, I love Priest.
Yeah,
his story,
Priest
just as a human being, like his story is like so beautiful.
He's great. Now, Emilie,
such an underrated 24.
Okay.
Also, his relationship on social media with his lady is so cute.
Yeah.
Those little Instagram videos that they do where she's
those
like,
TikToks
have you
amazing.
seen them, James?
I've seen like one or two of them.
He's like, because he's like yay high,
he's
and
a
she's
giant
like
man.
yay high. And so like she's like all cute and like, oh, we're going out for whatever, and he's just like, what?
Yeah.
And he seems like a legitimately like sweet man too. Like from everything I've seen outside, like off of television, he's like like a teddy bear. Also,
when he came in, I can't remember the pay-per-view. I can't remember the moment now, but when he came in before, oh God, when Judgment Day turned heel on him, and Dominic
SummerSlam, I think.
Yeah, when Dominic was like, "Ooh, like I wasn't with you the whole time, Rhea, and we were a thing," and then he's like, "Where the F is that kid?"
Yeah,
I was like, "That's the person I want on my side."
SummerSlam was so hard to watch.
Terror Twins, right?
Oh God,
he and Rhea were Terror Twins. And, such a bummer that they're not on the same show anymore. Because
Damian Priest is officially on SmackDown.
Just that the camaraderie that they had between each other, where it's like, and it seems like I don't know. Have you seen any of the updates about 2K25?
No.
Intergender matches are back.
Oh yeah,
first time in a long time. So you can have EO or Chelsea versus Pentagon. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, or Rhea versus Dominic in a no holds barred match.
I just realized there's not a lot of SmackDown represented in the entrance.
Ooh.
There's a lot of Raw. There's not a lot of SmackDown. So I think the mystery 15, a lot of them have to be from SmackDown.
And like we said, like we're gonna get at least probably 4 or 5 NXT. I can't see it being more than that.
Yeah.
But what do you think? Obafemi, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
Obafemi is a mass of a man.
Oh, it's gonna be Obafemi facing down Omos in the ring.
Yeah.
Oh,
that'd be awesome. That'd be
Omos
so cool.
is definitely gonna be back. Apparently, like absolutely crushed it over in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And
wrestling Noah's own.
Won his match and then relinquished the belt right after. He was like going back home to work work for WWE again. I don't know.
My God, Obafemi, man.
Are we gonna get any legends in it this year?
Maybe. I feel like there's gonna be so much representation from NXT and TNA.
I don't.
Maybe there's not gonna be a spot for legends.
I think you might get one.
Tajiri.
Oh shit! Yeah. Well, Tajiri's son apparently has been like working as like an extra and stuff for them like recently.
Hey, there you go. See, there you go.
I'd be on board for Tajiri in there. I love that guy. Tajiri faced Shinsuke. Battle of the Mist. Ethan Page
from NXT as well.
Ethan
Trick
Page
Williams,
Dark Horse winner too. Yeah, Trick.
Yeah.
It's I mean, they've got such a wealth of talent. This is why I'm saying, like, fuck it. Maybe do we only have 2 other matches because they are going to be 40-person?
Maybe.
Like that would be because I know there was like a rumor, but it's the internet. You can't trust anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think like who's going to be surprising people to show up that are likely to show up.
Right.
I definitely think surprise entrance. It's definitely Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry is definitely confirmed on the list. I mean, he joked about it like 4 or 5 months ago.
And he's
Josh
ratings
Alexander
gold.
Would be awesome. Josh Alexander would be awesome,
especially with like whatever like the big storyline with him like quitting and like him being forced to be there. I don't know.
You could pick anybody from the men's roster, and I'll be cool with it. Just to see them in WB. Mike Santana. Oh my God, it'd be so cool.
Macklin,
Ooh.
yeah. Steve Macklin.
Kazarian.
I feel so bad for Steve Macklin because he shouldn't have been the one that got fired there.
Right.
No.
He shouldn't have been
we
fired.
We all know who should have been fired.
Orwello. And eventually did.
Eventually did. But yeah.
But weird how like the guys that weren't in trouble were the ones that got shit canned.
Yeah.
I don't know.
God. Oh, I didn't bring it up earlier because I did not finish, but I did say that there was another person. Yeah, and this was the person that was rumored last year to be in the Rumble because of TNA. It's Moose, unfortunately.
Oh,
yeah.
Santino Marella?
Santino, hey, you know what? Let's skirt away from Moose. Santino Marella. That'd be awesome.
That would be, oh god, Moose would be incredible in there.
Yeah.
Damn.
For such a horrible human being, he's a really decent wrestler. I'll say it how it is. I don't care. I'll say how it is.
I mean, that's how I feel like another person who's already been announced to go in the Rumble.
Yeah. So I will give my predictions for the Royal Rumble of 2025. How I said already that I feel like this is the most unpredictable Rumble in a very long time. I feel like there is no spoilers because I feel like everyone knew Shinsuke Nakamura and Asuka were gonna win in 2015, 2016.
Jeez, was it that long ago?
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm old.
What is time?
Yeah. Everyone knew that. Yes. Yeah, I have a horrible conception of time.
I remember seeing IRS rip up the Native American Tatanka's ceremonial war band, and then at the end of the day, we all find out no, Tatanka was paid off by the $1 Million Man because everyone's got a prize.
Everyone's got a prize. Ted DiBiase Jr. He's going to be in the.
He's going to be in the penitentiary for another 15 years, I think.
Yep. But they're going to break him out for a legacy reunion.
Oh, there you go.
And then they're going to
there it is.
Dog walk the shit out of him and give him the boots in the middle of the ring. So, but also, yeah, Seth Rollins and Becky, everyone kind of knew they were winning. When Brock Lesnar won, that was spoiled. That on the pre-show, it was spoiled.
On the pre-show,
and it was horrible. Booker T going, I think Brock Lesnar is going to win. He's the WWE champion. Why do you think he's going to win the Royal Rumble? That makes no sense, Booker T.
Is Booker T a bad announcer, guys?
100%, he's a bad announcer.
Okay, this is for shoot. I genuinely don't like NXT, their commentary team at all.
Okay.
Vic Joseph, I can't stand him. Booker T is cool, but like, I just don't like them at all. I really wish we had Mauro Ranallo back in this company because, oh god, NXT was the golden age for like 4 years, and then it was just everything was ruined.
You just brought up the NXT announce team, so we are going to see.
Oh no,
Corey Graves come back into the ring and put the boots to Pat McAfee when he's brought into the match as well, right?
Stem cell Corey Graves.
He's cleared to wrestle, wrestler. Man. He's cleared to wrestle. Been cleared to wrestle, apparently.
Bobby Roode.
Let's do
Bobby Roode's probably producing the friggin' match.
Yeah. Yo, for real.
He's a good producer nowadays because he trained under the Freebird.
Yeah.
Freebird's coming back.
Freebird's
who cares? Let's just say shit.
At this point, dig up everybody.
Yeah.
Bringing
the Ghost of Warrior is coming.
The Ghost of Warrior.
Warriors.
The pilots have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Hogan.
God, what if Hogan comes back?
Vampiro.
Kill him. Kill him.
Oh no.
Did either of you hear what I said?
Vampiro.
Vampiro, yes.
Only if he does a tombstone through an exploding casket to somebody. Yeah. Only way he's allowed back in.
The show is actually never. This show's never gonna end. It's gonna get to like 65 hours straight, and we're just gonna keep naming old WCW wrestlers. Yeah.
Oh man.
Shannon Moore. So, I'll keep naming people.
The Reject or
yes, yes, ECW Reject.
Okay, good. ECW Zombie.
Yeah. Oh, how far do we think Fatu is gonna get? Because there's no way they're not putting Jacob Fatu in there.
Oh, the werewolf.
Please have him break. Oh my God, have him break Roman's record. Is it Roman that still holds the record? 12?
I think so.
Eliminations?
I think so.
Wait, that might have been broken by Strowman because of the Greatest Royal Rumble. Oh my God.
Does the Greatest Royal Rumble count for anything?
It apparently does because I think Brian is still technically the longest Royal
Braun
Rumble.
Strowman.
It is 13?
13 because Roman's was 12.
Yeah, so they do actually count the greatest Royal Rumble.
Interesting.
Braun Strowman, still the greatest Royal Rumble champion to this day.
Damn.
For now, who knows
For
what
now.
all the Saudi shows are going to be doing? Going to be bringing it back, I assume.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
I don't even know anymore. I don't know anymore.
Cut
yeah, but there's no way.
out.
Like, I think Fatu is going to go far, but not.
He's definitely not going to win.
No.
But it's going to be interesting because he's clearly going to be going after Roman whenever Roman comes in.
Yeah. I would also like to think that Solo is also
Sikoa?
in.
Solo's got to be in on there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
I don't even know who's on what show anymore because they're still moving everybody around.
Yeah,
they're
it's
on
very
Raw, right?
No, they're SmackDown.
No, they're SmackDown.
Are they all
Yeah, they're
SmackDown?
SmackDown.
Like all of the Bloodlines on SmackDown now?
I believe so. Yeah, they're still all
Okay.
SmackDown.
Well, that's okay. That's good because
Yeah.
SmackDown needs some more boys in it.
Yeah. But you guys are awesome. I fucking love wrestling fans talk just bullshitting about wrestling.
Mhm.
I forgot we were even talking about the Royal Rumble for a second.
Yeah, we're talking about Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but yeah, every year I feel like it's very, it's either spoiled. This is the plan. I feel like this year there is no plan. That's why to go. Everyone, I feel like everyone thinks either Randy Orton or John Cena are gonna win. This year, I feel like Punk could.
Charles Montgomery
yeah.
Punk, absolutely.
Yep.
Punk is going to do it.
And it's Final Four is going to be. I mean, those 5 guys that showed up. That's the final 5. But I mean, Drew Mac's going to be the last one out.
Absolutely.
Think about this. You never have to end the Rollins Reigns storyline. You never have to end it because everything that's happened since Rollins hit him with a steel chair is directly affecting everything that's happening in WWE today.
Yeah.
The longest and best longest storyline of all time, the best. Like bringing it to like a new golden age with is there too much wrestling? Yes. Is it good? Also, yes.
Yeah.
But neither one of those guys needs to win. And they should have a knockdown drag out at Mania. It should be
also, they don't. Neither of
crazy.
them need to win anymore because they've had their chance.
Exactly.
So it's like what keeps the story going, and the fact that Seth Rollins came out in Shield gear for Cody last year at WrestleMania, which was probably like, I love The Undertaker, but like that was the coolest moment for me, was seeing him with the chair behind him. It was like,
and it wasn't even supposed to be Taker. It was supposed to be Stone Cold, but Stone Cold didn't want to leave his cat or something like that.
No, he was like, I don't want to. They're not paying me enough. I think that was pay. It was pay. Was the
I don't know. It's like I heard it was like he didn't want to leave. Like he didn't feel like leaving the state or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
he's
I don't.
Definitely going to be there in Vegas though.
I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either.
You guys mentioned a couple people who deserve to win it and don't deserve to win it. So my theory, and how I briefly mentioned it earlier, with the World Heavyweight Championship, I have a couple people, and obviously I know that there are some favorites this year. Like I said, Orton, Cena, Punk, McIntyre is also up there as well to win it. And Rollins too. Actually, everyone that's on that front page is actually favored to win. There's a couple people that I think are favorited to win in my book because of who deserves it. Finn Balor will win, and he will go after Walter at Mania for the World Heavyweight title.
That would be. I mean, that would be a monster match.
Yeah,
that's money right there.
And I think it's so long overdue for Balor to have an actual world title run, because I know he went back down to NXT, and whether you guys consider NXT Championship as a world title, I do, because it's the main title of a brand.
Yeah,
he is one of the best NXT champions of all time.
I mean, it's a European championship, but I mean, what else? What really is
true?
No other titles held by X-Pac for so long.
Exactly, for no reason.
For no reason.
But I definitely think that the other person who I feel like deserves it is definitely Damian Priest as well. And I'm not saying that because I love Damian Priest. I feel like having another match with Walter going back after the world title, because, and it's ironic that I say this because I think both Balor and him deserve to go back after the title again. Lord in heaven, please stop having them have matches. Please stop having them have matches. Stop. Stop it. I'm so glad that they ended Morgan and Rhea Ripley. But
Yeah.
we're not just there yet. Stop. End it, please.
Yeah.
It's getting old.
I'm looking forward to the eventual return of the Demon.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need him back.
It's a long time coming, but it's also very smart to not have used him in the last 4 years or something like that.
No, versus Edge at Mania 2 years ago.
But that was the last time, right?
Yes, yeah, 2 years. Yep.
God, that was only 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like forever ago.
Edge coming out to Slayer.
Yeah, that was
Edge
rad.
splitting open Balor's head.
You mean Cope?
Oh, you're right.
You mean the Rated R Superstar Cope?
Cope?
What are you doing?
I'm not
what are you doing, Adam?
What the fuck?
Lock it up.
Calling him Cope.
But I know that if Balor wins, we're getting the Demon at Mania again.
Yeah,
and
100%.
The problem was that when he was brought up to the main roster, Demon was overused and it was no longer special.
It didn't mean anything.
Didn't mean a damn thing. So,
which Demon did actually lose in NXT, which I did not know until a couple years recently. He lost to Samoa Joe at the end in the steel cage match.
Yes,
and I never remember that actually happening until I think it was after Roman beat The Fiend at Extreme Rules a couple years ago. That I was like, oh my God, they had him lose clean. And then I remember, oh my God, he did lose clean in NXT. And I was like, what the fuck?
I think it was explicitly the Demon's last time in NXT. And it was Samoa Joe who took him out.
Because after that, he was doing the heel Balor.
Mm-hmm.
After when he beat the 4-pack challenge. It was basically like a scramble match, but yeah, he after going back and doing the heel run, and now considering that he's still full-blown heel with Balor and friends, it's
a great heel.
He's such an amazing heel. He's such an amazing talent. One of the best IWGP Junior Heavyweight champions. One of the best NXT champions. And I just... Hey, Triple H. Look at me. Look at me, Triple H. I already yelled at Tony Khan. I'm going to yell at you too. Hang him high. All right? Fucking please. V, give me Balor. Give me Balor as World Heavyweight Champion. I need it. I need it before he eventually retires. How old is he? He's in his 40s, right?
40.
He's in his 40s.
Yeah, he don't look it. He don't look it though. I hope I look like that in my 40s.
I know for a fact that I won't. So I got a couple months left.
Oh my Lord.
43.
My goodness.
Get out of town.
I'm so young. Jesus.
Yeah. We were there when the books were written, boy.
Yeah.
So yeah. So who do we all think for the men's match?
It's Charles Montgomery Punk.
Great. Okay.
It's gotta be CM Punk.
Gotta be PU.
Because the one thing with all these possible storylines that we're not factoring in is Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people were saying that Cena wasn't going to win the Rumble, but he's going to win Elimination Chamber.
I'm closer to that idea because he's also won the Rumble 2 or 3 times already. He's somebody who absolutely doesn't need it.
No.
My biggest issue is that I would love for him to win the title at Elimination Chamber. Face Punk at Mania like they were supposed to before Dwayne came in and it's like, oh no, I'm back actually for this one.
Yeah.
That's my spot now.
Rock specifically came in and said, hey, Punk, you're losing. And then I'm going to create the worst world heavyweight title in the net for the next 12 years. And that title was dog shit. I don't care what anyone says. I hated that title.
Tell us how you really feel.
I will.
I love how you turned to us and it's just like, I'm going to shoot for a second. I'm like, wait a minute. Or have we not been shooting the whole time? Did I not get this memo?
No.
Could have sworn.
This wall of my bedroom, this is actually this is all green screen. The Sheba, that Sheba, green screen. But
are we getting 3 Mick Foley appearances in this Rumble, guys?
Yes.
That's my hope.
That's true.
Oh, man.
Okay, so I need to hear, who do you guys have?
I have CM Punk winning.
God, I want to stay with Finn Balor. I think Finn Balor is definitely. I could fantasy book as much as I want. I could confuse myself and gaslight myself as much as I want. you brought up a good point in saying the Elimination Chamber, but I also kind of have to factor in King of the Ring right after Mania,
right? Because that's gonna bring into SummerSlam,
exactly.
right?
That's gonna bring it into SummerSlam, and whatever they don't do at Mania, there's a huge chance they pull it off at SummerSlam after King of the Ring.
I 100% agree with you on that.
But I will say Finn Balor will win the Royal Rumble, and that is my final choice.
Yeah,
awesome.
I feel like with everything that they're doing, like what WWE is doing to push like CM Punk coming back as like not like a humbler CM Punk and like how he was in previous Royal Rumbles. Like they're really kind of their side content is like really pulling out the like heartstrings of his personal story.
Yeah.
So, and they've set it up for him to be a main player, and I think they're going to give it to him, especially with John Cena coming back.
Yeah,
but like intermittently.
I want to see them wrestle for the title at some point at SummerSlam, maybe. Like Punk have Punk take the World Heavyweight Championship at Mania, because he wants to work with him.
Yeah,
have him win it there, and then he and John headline SummerSlam. Would be good. Yep. And then he can take the belt off of John after he drops it at SummerSlam near the end of the year.
I think what I've come to the conclusion to is no matter which direction they go, they have multiple directions to go.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually the best place for WWE to be. We knew that there was a passing of the torch that was happening in the upper echelon of WWE last year. We knew that there was a story that had to be ended. We knew that there was a regime switch over. We knew that TKO was melding with UFC. So there's a lot of like mental gymnastics that we were all playing of like, what is the strategy of WWE? And then they had that like, go step aside, Cody Rhodes, because The Rock is back. And then the audience went, no.
Like,
and then everything.
That's terrible.
And especially with The Rock being out of the equation, there's so much. Like
there's so much that could happen.
So much that could happen.
And I think
there's so much potential.
There's so much potential. And it's also the like, we can focus on story now. We we got everything else out of the way, like all the 4-year storylines and the weird COVID stuff and the weird, like WWE is now back to being about wrestling.
Yeah.
It's not about what Vince wants. It's not about what Paul wants. It's about what wrestling wants. And it's going to be great. Like no matter what's going to happen on Saturday, it's just exciting. Great. What's going to happen?
Yeah.
Great. Where are they taking this? I'm not going to be disappointed with anything we said today.
I'm right there with you. And I think, a lot of things can be said about Paul, rightfully so. One thing that is pretty undeniable is that the guy understands booking.
Yeah.
The guy understands long-term storytelling, and the guy understands that you have to listen to your audience.
Yeah. And the guy understands the people he's working with. Like he knows
he sees the future. Like he that's why he was so involved with NXT. Yeah. And it's paying dividends now.
Well, it's the value of, which is why I think AEW hit so hard and Lucha Underground hit so hard. It was wrestlers running wrestling as opposed to bookers and promoters running wrestling and business people running wrestling. And that's why, like, as much as I love WWE and loved watching it, but like something would happen in a smaller independent wrestling circuit or in Lucha Underground or Wrestle Kingdom or New Japan or AAA, and that would hit, and then it would take WWE a little bit to go, oh, that was popular then, and then adjust it. But by that point, the trend had already. So it's like they were pioneers and behind the times at the same time.
Absolutely,
Which is like, so now wrestling being run by wrestlers, no matter which promotion that you watch, it's like it's kind of like WWE is the last like stronghold for that.
WWE is going to be WWE, but them breaking out of their shell just a little bit, mentioning other companies' names, having impact on or TNA, on WWE. I have the same shit.
Capital I too.
Yeah, having just being so much more wrestling friendly instead of entertainment friendly. Is revolutionary for this generation of wrestling. And while Triple H might not be a perfect human being, he definitely knows when to pull the trigger perfectly, unless you're LA Knight, and then he'll wait too long. But
and then he'll take the title from him anyway.
I have little arguments in my head. See all those little clapbacks? Yeah, that's me. I always have those. But he may not be perfect, but definitely I think going along with something, especially like with Cody winning last year, was amazing. And it almost didn't happen, which is insane to think about. But it did happen. And I feel like it's the butterfly effect now with this year. And I feel like with Rock no longer be, like I said earlier, with The Rock no longer being in the picture, there's so, like, it actually gets me excited for WWE now, because there's so much build up from here to Elimination Chamber. Where is Elimination Chamber this year?
Toronto.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Toronto.
Toronto.
I don't know where that came from. Sorry.
The last time is now in Toronto.
Yeah. And then to Mania, and then King of the Ring, Money in the Bank, and then SummerSlam, and then we're gonna go back to War Games again. Please put that back down in NXT, and then everything after, and it's exciting. Sometimes wrestling has its lows, and when it has its lows, it has its lows. But when wrestling comes together, it's fucking fantastic, and it's exciting, and it's actually exciting. It's my favorite sport.
And
besides MMA, but that's a whole different type of heartbreak.
Are we gonna see any UFC guys in the Rumble?
Alex
CM Punk, technically. Sorry.
I don't want to relive being a 16-year-old watching that pay-per-view. Okay.
I feel like we just became friends and I just destroyed it.
Oh yeah. No, it's fine. We're all friends here, but I will never forget right up here. I had my CM Punk poster as a 15-year-old, okay? Watching this pay-per-view, watching get his shit pushed in by Mickey Gall. And
12 seconds.
No, it was it was dragged out for a little bit, but it did not come out of the second round. First round, I mean.
No.
I'm still I'm a huge combat. Sorry to cut you off, but I'm a huge combat sports fan. So besides pro wrestling, I also have to follow MMA and all of this other stuff. So yeah, two types of completely different heartbreak when it comes to sports.
I'm so excited because this is, Saturday is the beginning of the road to WrestleMania, and it's just it's an exciting time to be a wrestling fan in general. But it's a very exciting time to be a WWE fan.
Yeah.
And I'm
expecting, good to say.
Yes, absolutely. Like I have no shame in it. I've never had shame being a wrestling fan. I have had shame being a WWE fan for a couple of years in there, because it's like, and that's really what started my, I don't watch pro wrestling, I'm an adult. I mean, I would still watch, like I wouldn't watch the week to week. I'd watch most of the pay-per-views, but I'd be on the dirt sheets reading all the, like what happened in the episodes and all that. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen. And I got my co-host from the Monster Rally is coming over to watch it, and a couple of our buddies, the same guys that I watched Royal Rumble with 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Me and we're getting into a Discord call. I'm ordering Domino's. It's going to be something else.
It'll probably be Pizza Hut, because that's what we've been doing. It's the one time of year I have Pizza Hut. It's either Royal Rumble or WrestleMania. Because I can only, at my advanced age, I can only enjoy it once a year.
Yeah, I mean,
my friends and I do charcuterie in a taco bar, so we can just keep like walking.
That is so awesome.
Sounds good. That's awesome. That's better.
Yeah, so we do like we have it all up on the table, and then we do like on like the stovetop, and like we just keep it going, so you can just grab more tacos as like the matches go on and stuff.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, taco bar is a good idea.
Yeah, I'm so excited. The Rumble in general has always gotten me excited, even when it was the worst Rumble of that year, 2021.
It's the best one. It's the best. Like although last year, I've always been a fan of the Rumble, but like last year I was like, I kind of like Elimination Chamber, but I felt like I was cheating.
It was good last year though.
am I the one who's like way out of line? Or historically, my favorite pay-per-view? It was up until Deadly Game. Survivor Series was my favorite pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Because I
Survivor
love a giant
Series.
elimination tag match.
Yeah, and
And
they don't
then
even really do that anymore.
does anybody remember? Am I making this up? No, it's like
No,
this
probably
definitely
not.
happened. They used to do the Ultimate Survivor match at the end of the night, where all of the survivors from Survivor Series would then have like a
so.
match.
I
Am I
think
making
so.
this up? Is this...
No, they definitely did that for a couple years.
But like
I'm
it's, I
pretty
mean,
sure.
it's been a long ass time since they did it the last time.
I really wish they would bring back the three branded and Survivor Series. That was so much fun. They only did it once.
They could do that in a war game scenarios too.
Yeah.
Two rings are plenty for 12 people, 15 people.
Yeah. I remember being a kid and just I begged my dad to buy the pay-per-views for I never asked for anything else when it came to pay-per-views until the WWE Network came out. But rest in peace. But I begged every year to watch the Royal Rumble. And in 2008, when Jeff Hardy was facing Randy Orton for the WWE title, I cried to my father to buy it. And he said no. Buying a pay-per-view.
Daddy.
Buying a pay-per-view was
Papa?
Like the
Don't you know it's wrestling?
Like, yeah.
Please, sir, I'd love some swan dive.
Yeah, please. Please, Madison Square Garden.
Please, sir, like... I want a pile driver. Get me a pile driver, Daddy, now.
Now.
We just went from Oliver.
He has a package pile driver. I want a tombstone.
RKO's all over the place. They come out of nowhere. Papa.
Where we're from, we call them cutters.
It's the Ace Crusher, Papa.
I think this is the point where the chat has evolved.
Oh yeah, no, this is
and that is my. Now. Speaking of pizza, that is my boyfriend with pizza. So I think I will eat said pizza. Just walking through my door right now.
Perfect.
And catch him up on all of our predictions.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of sounds like it's the perfect place to wrap up with a.
There
with
you
a
go.
hot,
yeah,
fresh,
I agree.
Hot cheese pizza.
Hot cheese pizza. Hey,
Listen.
Wave.